The first class I taught in my life was a class of 8, and I'd already prepared to teach a class of about 30 persons. No matter how you eat math, if I teach you math once, you will like math. I have this unquenchable desire to do crazy things that necessarily are not ordinary. It all started on an afternoon. I was in a library. I was discussing alongside with my friend, and we're talking about FUTA, and the friend were like, Samuel, you can't do Guinness now. Okay. I knew if I hadn't gotten Guinness approval for this event, no, Math-A-Thon would die. The thing is that this calculus happens to be my favorite. I failed calculus not once, not twice, not 3 times. It is one thing for you not to sleep. It's another thing for you not to sleep and teach math. How I manage the strength and the mental stuff, I don't understand. Because I don't know if we are weird. There was a time I had a blackout on stage. The reason why people eat math is because the person that taught them math made math look too serious.
So hi.
Yeah.
I just wanted to introduce yourself to the house. We want to know your name. Everybody knows you as Bunday, but that is not your name.
Yeah, obviously.
So we want to know your name. Just like introduce yourself to the house.
Okay. I'll say that my name is Samuel Manolo. Yeah, I'm a founder level student of the Department of Mathematics in FUTA, obviously. Okay. And my passion is literally math. Most of what I do. I think I have this hobby around me. Then the 3 M's is what I call it: maths, movies, and music.
Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. Yes. So where did Bunday come from?
It's a long story.
I'm sure we want to hear it.
I remember it all happened on a night. That should be on a Wednesday night in 100 level 2nd semester. So we're doing a tutorial like that in church. It's not my nature to attend tutorials because I don't like the feelings of being like. It's not that I don't like the feelings of being taught, but the feelings of having people around, because I'm this type of person. I learn things very fast, especially with calculus. Calculus is my favorite. So as long as it's calculus, I'm learning fast. So I learn things fast. Well, that night I don't know what happened. Then I went to the place, and tutorials was going on, and I think I could answer the question faster
than every other person.
Than any other person, than the writer on the board can even think. That was where the name came from, literally. I remember that each time he was writing the question on the board, before as he stops writing,
you've answered
the answer already.
Wow. Now.
So that's where the name came from. Because then I remember when I started, I practiced a lot with Bunday. So,
okay.
And like people were seeing me with Bunday and all those kind of stuff. So the name just came, Bunday. I don't know if you know the white-haired. The white-haired is my mentor. Yeah, he's my mentor. He was the tutor of that night, and he was surprised, very surprised.
Oh wow!
So that's where Bunday came from. And I remember that I had to fight it for that first and second semester. I could not lift the name off myself, and
you cannot shake it off.
Let it be.
You allow it to stick. Wow, that's nice. I also an annual rapper, by the way.
Wow, yes, nice to meet you.
Yeah. So FUTA is relaxed from your Math-A-Thon. It's still fresh. The ones that my roommates still, both of them attended your tutorial, by the way.
Wow.
2 of them. I hate mathematics.
Yeah, really.
If you want to make me look stupid, oh my god, mathematics is the easiest way for you to do it. In fact, I just don't like maths. Oh. And should I say secondary school, teachers behind secondary school did not really help the matter. And even MTS 101, I hated it. 102, I literally almost gave testimony in church that I was not doing any MTS after 102. I just wanted to be free from.
That's serious.
And for me, it's that serious. And it's funny because a lot of the youth, most of the youth that I know, don't really like mathematics. And it's rare, I'm so audacious that somebody once said it was going to teach math for like 84 hours. Funny enough, I've been seeing the flyer for a while, but should I say I did not take time to like, okay, what's this about, what's this about? And then one day, I just saw the videos flying everywhere. There was someone teaching mathematics. I'm like, oh, I've seen this flyer somewhere. My question to you is like, what even, I know that you love math, But I don't. But did the love reach? Did the love reach the extent that you were going to teach for like? In some, what inspired the Math-A-Thon? I mean, there are like millions of records to break, and you chose teaching mathematics. Man, that's crazy. That's really, really crazy.
Yeah. Personally, where will I start from? Okay, let me pick it from the very beginning. And one thing is that what I have for math is I won't call it love like that. If there's a word deeper than love,
Obsession.
then I think I'll use obsession. Yes, I was obsessed with math. That was one thing. And another thing, earlier as I grew up, I noticed that a lot of persons hated math, and so which is obvious. And I was like, why hit math around me? And I took it up as a drive then. And it was what has been pushing me all through before I came to FUTA then. Like, it's not possible for you, no matter how you eat math, if I teach you math once, you will like math. It's not.
Wow.
It's not possible.
I've
had a lot of testimonies with that. I can't teach you math and you won't like math. That's my one is that I don't have trouble with you telling me you eat math. The trouble is that if I taught you math, that's
some next level confidence.
That's one thing. So the drive was there. So I would say that it was one of the things that propelled me. Number one. And another thing is this. I have this what I call it. I have this unquenchable desire to do crazy things. Things that necessarily are not ordinary like that.
They're not the usual.
Not the usual. Yeah. I remember the whole idea of this thing, although it wasn't really clear in my head, although I was thinking that somehow, someday, somewhere, I'll have the opportunity to teach maths globally. But it all started on an afternoon. I think we're having, I can't remember the course, perhaps PMT 210 exam or ENT 301. I can't remember, but it was on a Saturday. I was sitting at the library and we were talking with, I was discussing alongside with my friend and we're talking about Hilda Bassi. Yeah. And the friend were like, Samuel, let's go and do Guinness now. And wow, I heard it and I conceived. I didn't talk short after that thing. I didn't like talk anything. I didn't say anything. And I started ruminating over it. And I'm like, damn, let's give it a try. Initially, I wanted to sit down in a place and solve maths for 3 days. Not moving outside, not doing anything, just me and maths. I was like, why be selfish? Let's go outside and teach maths. And people know me regularly. On a normal day, I think I take tutorials of like about 16 hours per day. Normally. Without without anything. 16 hours. Yeah, so when the idea of 84 came, it wasn't really a big deal for me because already prior to that time I had been doing tutorials back to back. I remembered when I MTS 102, close to exam period, I didn't sleep for more than 2 hours for a week. 2 hours per day for a week. Most of everything I was doing was teaching like that. So I've already been practicing. And I said some times ago that what happened in Math-A-Thon is a person that is greedy of food, that you give him a feast where the food is unlimited. So that's how Math-A-Thon is. So the drive is just to, I love it when people love math. That's the drive. I don't like it when I'm around people that hate math. You can't hate math and be around me. It's not possible. That's your drive. When you were saying the fact that you hated math and there's 101, I feel pained, yes. To making that, yes, now. Why will you? It looks like a slap on my face that why will I be existing and someone outside there is hating math? Literally, if you had met me then, Abba, the both maths you have done will have been the best experience for you.
Maybe I wanted to ask where were you when I was doing
It's a funny thing though, but thank God.
Yeah, I mean, thank God, because I don't know. I think before I was telling someone that this whole idea is crazy on its own. Like, it's audacious. It takes a lot of confidence for you to say, I want to do something. And it's funny now that just one statement bettered the whole idea. Someone you could like do them, and that was it. I mean, who would believe that just one statement took that whole thing? So I think my next question for you is that the preparations, obviously you even said that in a way we're preparing for it, 16 hours of tutorials. But honestly, do you know why this is a little bit more personal for me? Is because it's mathematics of every course. Mathematics. Like, maths is like the bane of my existence. I'm sorry, before I get more pain.
No problem.
I'm sorry.
You can continue. It's
I'm
fine.
sorry. So let's ask that apart from you preparing for the whole Math-A-Thon, like how is other preparations for like maybe like the setting up live recording, getting the TI Francis to use and every other thing, like was it stressful? Was it like smooth or were there any challenges along the road?
Well. Let me start. The first challenge came in when I wanted to speak to the origin of the school, which is FUTA itself. And I was like, although I had things planned out already, my things planned out, but it looked vague.
It did.
Yeah. So when you tell someone that I want to teach math for 84 hours, I'm like,
they must take double looks at you like
are you
coming
in? I remember the time I spoke with the SUG president. I love him. Like he tried. When I spoke to him about the whole idea of his stuff, then he was like, "Are you ready? Can you do it?" I was like, "Fine, I can." I showed him the whole thing from
the 4 days and everything
from the Guinness itself, because I knew if I hadn't gotten Guinness approval for this event, no, Math-A-Thon would die. Because what people will say, what people will say, we water it down.
Yeah.
So I had to get the whole
approval from
them. So it was just like a need. So when they were talking about it, I said like, I've gotten it already. This it. So the school helped me. No, FUTA helped me.
Wow.
They helped me a lot.
Big up, Sawas.
Yeah, they helped me. More than the way I had prepared already. They just, how do I say? They just accelerated. They served as an enzyme. To the whole stuff. So with them, everything else was
smoother.
Yeah.
Wow.
Smoother.
So I saw timetables for the tutorial thing, and I realized that you taught from like 101 to like 373, and in my head, I was like, it's enough that you know maths, but you are teaching across 3 levels. Now that's even more crazy. I mean, let's just say if you stop with like maybe like 101 and 102, maybe 201, I'll be like, oh, okay. But even because I remember like I think my friends in engineering did one MTS course in their 300 level, and all of them had these, even the smart ones like And then my bunkies in 200 level chemistry, and then she went to give a tutorial like twice, and she was just talking about the fact that she understood blah blah blah, and in my head I was just like, if I go there, they don't want to come out, you do knowledge to do. I'm not doing MTS again. Even my other friend, and the 300 level also came, and they had things to say. I'm actually curious, like, did you prepare for it, like, prepared for MTS 101, 102, 201? I don't know math courses, I'm just saying the ones that are in my head. Like, how did you prepare for them?
Now, the operation is that, I said I started tutorial MTS second semester, that's MTS 102. So I taught MTS 102 in underlevel second semester. I taught MTS 201. I taught MTS 205. Then when I was preparing for MTS 205 exam, I found out that MTS 205 was the same thing as MTS 315. So like they have the same syllabus. So since I've been teaching it already, so
it was much familiar to you.
Used to it. I literally don't need. I don't know if you guys observe. I didn't actually use textbook like that. So towards the end, or when I started feeling fatigue in my head, and I have to start using textbook to bring out questions. But I think the first 2 days, if I'm correct, I didn't mount the podium with any textbook. Just me, my mic, marker, and I'm doing whatever I have to do on the board. So I've already been doing this stuff right from time, so I've gotten used to it.
Do you know you're making this thing sound? They're making it sound like you just did one of the easiest thing to you. We are making it sound like as if it's not a big deal. Of course, it's a big deal, but the way you're just saying, you're making me feel like a terrible person for not knowing math.
That's why I said
And
that.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm a normal person. I do not like math.
That's why I said that. It's when you told me about the fact you don't like my life, I was like, why?
Nah.
Why did I not know you?
MTS.
Why did
MTS one was, I would not say terrible, but it was, I'm not going to get my grade, but I passed. I not carry over the course. And the one was even worse because when I was SS3, I went to a boarding house, and we used to have early morning classes for differentiation and integration.
Oh.
I can use my shit to beat it that half of my sets today don't understand that shit. And MTS 102 was beef of differentiation and integration.
Yeah.
All my assignments in 102, I copy everything. I did not see.
And I will tell you the most shocking thing.
That is simple. Don't say it.
No. It's not simple.
Better.
I will tell you the most shocking thing. The thing is that this calculus happens to be my favorite. I failed calculus not once, not twice, not 3 times when I was learning calculus. I did not know calculus in school, personally. So all this whole idea, that was part of the fueling.
That drove you.
Yeah, that. Why? Because I understand the teacher that taught us then. I went to a public school, one of the slummiest public school we had then in Ogun State. It was slum. No one cares about whether I go to school or not. Yeah, you can go to school, come in anytime you want. It's like a university. But the only difference is that you have teachers teaching you and you're writing notes. That's the only difference. I remember the first time I missed the first class on differentiation, and believe me, next class I went, it looked like Chinese. And I just had to you know what? I give up. Remember the first grade I had with calculus, I saw D7. I was like, okay, nice. Next one I saw on integration, I saw E8. I was like, this is fantastic. Then I took it up on myself immediately after I graduated. I want to learn it. And when I started learning it, I found out that this thing is simple now. Why this?
I just say simple.
All right, you win. You win.
I don't say simple. I don't make me look like a dullard.
You win.
No peace. So like my roommate, I thought my roommate came like twice. She came to say how he's tired. It was like I even with him. He was standing. He was doing like this. Try that for this. Oh my God. You know you're in our room. Mary Jane was all about, I'm going to burn this place. I'm going to burn it. I did not, I think I came the last day. I did not come physically because me and Mas, we have gone our separate ways. Our paths are not parallel paths. Never to meet again. So, but like when she came back, she did make sure to tell stories about how you were doing, if you were better, blah, blah, blah. At the point, I just want to ask, how were you able to manage the physical and mental exhaustion? Because that is a lot. To my knowledge, you were standing most of the time. You barely sat down. Maybe only a few times I sat down.
Yeah,
you were standing, I mean.
If I was correct, I stood for I think 80 hours. Yeah. I think the first time I started, I didn't sit down for the first one day. No. What am I saying, Seth? I didn't sit down for 2 days straight. I think it was after I was reaching 50 hours. 50, 60 hours now. Okay. That's when I now started to
sit down.
Not literally sit.
You were using the chair as a stand.
As a stand. That was when I... Yeah, I was using the chair as a stand. Then when I started entering 60, 70, and I was like, my legs could not carry me anymore. I had to sit down. I had to sit. Now, how I managed the mental exhaustion, I can't say particularly because it was more of a challenge to me. I'm this person, sorry. I said that I love 3 things: math, music, and movies. And the kind of movies I watch sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I have this belief that sci-fi are real, although
not
now.
Your beliefs are up to you.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, they're up to me. I believe that they are real, but not now. And I was like, I've heard of sleep deprivation before. Yes. I was like, okay, I want to challenge myself. That how long can I last without not only sleeping but teaching math. Like it is one thing for you not to sleep, and another thing for you not to sleep and teach math. So although I gave my one thing about me is
Azona. Do you want to kill yourself?
yeah, one thing about me is I have this taste of doing things that, when I say this way, I love doing crazy things.
Obviously.
I love crazy things.
Obviously.
I love crazy things. So how I managed it, and one thing about myself is that my principal might not work with some persons because it looks somehow crazy. And before I enter anything, no matter how big or small it is, I picture the thing in my head. So before I actually do it, I deceive my brain that I am already
doing it.
So that one kind of made my body adapt
before
to the flow. But how I manage the strength and the mental stuff, I don't understand. Because I don't know if you were aware, there was a time I had a blackout on stage. I don't know. Yeah.
I think now she told me was that maybe you were writing something that were not correct. They were telling you this, not that, that, not that.
I had a blackout on stage, and that blackout I had on stage was part of the reason why, because I had reached my lactic limit at that point. Literally, my brain needed
to rest,
to go for a break. So how I manage the stress, I can't say it's my strength personally. It's something divine. Because more than my tenacity, more than my resilience, it got to a stage. People that were around me knew that motivation was not working for me again.
It was just got strength.
I would say it's got strength. It got to a stage I was like literally.
Everyone knew that this was no longer
not me. Yeah.
You already.
I was telling some persons that I met that I was like, you came to Math-A-Thon? I was like, you did? And they were like, yes, I saw you. I was like, you thought I saw you, but I did not see you.
You were just there.
I was just there. See you. So that version of me on the board was just the mathematics version. It was just as if it wasn't me.
It was a robot teaching.
It's not like maybe I'll just say that this. I don't know if you have heard of this being possessed. I can say that moment I was teaching, I was like possessed, and I was helped by God. Literally,
obviously.
It's not anything ordinary. It's not anything ordinary in any way. It's not easy because I can say categorically that most of my videos, I can't.
You can't organize yourself.
I can't remind. I can't watch it because I'll be like, is it me that
is really in this video?
Am I the one in this? Oh, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. I thank God for you too. Thank God for you too. So like, I think for the first day, I think my union started going from the second day to the last day. And when you finished, they left me alone in the room. Abandoned me. They came to watch it till you finished. So like, I think I'm not going to lie, at the first day, the support was in a way mediocre. But from like the second day, people were actively coming. I want to know, like, I think your parents came, right?
Yeah, my mom did. She came out, I think, towards the third day.
Yeah, so like, for me, anything I'm doing, support always means a lot to me. Support is like an upskill for me in anything I'm doing, no matter how small it is. So I want to know, like, even on the first when you're just starting, I don't know if the hall was full. But if it was for me, seeing maybe empty seats would have brought my morale a bit down. So I just want to know how it was like for you, like, on the days when support was coming in hard, when it was just you and your team and like a few people. How was it like for you?
Well, as I said, based on experience, I have taught tutorials of 1 person, 2 persons, 3 persons, and I will have prepared my life out that tutorial only for me to get there and I hear that okay, 1 person is not coming, 1 person slept in a house, they did this, they did that. A lot of excuses. Then at the end of the day, I end up teaching
2 people,
2 persons or 3 persons. That so I've dealt with a lot of
Situations like
heartbreak
that.
situations like that in the past. So I've like gotten used to it. I think it got to a stage. There was one time like that when I think I was hungry of teaching. I just went to the board. No one was literally watching me. It looked crazy, and I was teaching. Nobody. It was on the square, 1,000 cap. It looked crazy then. I just went to the board straight up, took my marker, 1K cap, started writing on the board. Because I knew they had an MTS 102 the next day. So I think I've kind of built myself way past
All that.
people showing up or not showing up. But, and again, I know one thing about me is that by God's grace, I know that if I call the tutorial, people will come.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you do now.
If I do. Like even
Before and now.
before they will come. But it might not be as much
As now.
as they would now, because believe me, if a slight gossip leaks that
Monday to the tutorial.
I don't think if
Of course, we know the gist. Everybody will be there.
so, but I've built myself way past all of those things when I was growing. The first class I thought in my life was a class of 8, and I'd already prepared to teach a class of about 30 persons. First class I thought was a class of 8. Imagine that disappointment. Not only was I scared, I was scared, and at the same time disappointed,
We're hungry.
and at the same time annoyed because the people I were teaching, their response were low.
And we're not very responsive.
So they were not responsive. So I was like,
What am I doing, Yosef?
why? Well, continuity and continuity and
Time.
continuity, time and time. I think my calculator has about 5 semesters of tutorials, constant tutorials.
Wow.
I think 5 semesters of doing anything consistently can build you up for something, no matter how small it is.
I'm actually getting surprised now because how come I've never heard of you? It's funny because no, I mean someone cannot take tutorials like that for like 5 semesters straight, and you will not even get, even if it's gossip or gist or whatnot, you will get something. It was when the Math-A-Thon started, I started hearing stuff like, oh, he has been doing this before. I was like, oh, before now. People did not deem it fit to spread the word. But I mean, Math-A-Thon brought the. I mean, I think for me, the Math-A-Thon just helped you like showcase your past, the things you've done in the past. And just like able to like elevate it, upscale it.
Yeah.
Again, based on true life gist from my roommate. So she did mention that this time you were tired, but you were still making jokes in between teaching. I remember that was like the third or the second day, and she was just like, "Ow!" Like I'm not going to lie. Like by the third day, your energy should have just disappeared. But somehow you were still able to like make jokes, teach, still relate with the students. Like I know that you've taught plenty of times, but like keeping up that energy constantly is anything short but amazing. Yeah. It's like how are you able to do it?
Okay. If few persons that know me, they know me that I'm very funny in nature. Very funny. Wow. Very, very funny. And most of the time, I love to. The reason why people eat math is because the person that taught them math
is too serious.
Made math look too serious. One thing that characterized my tutorials from any other kind of tutorial that are there was, believe me, I'm not the best I can take MTS. I've seen my bosses. But one thing that characterizes is that I don't teach math like a subject. I make it look friendly by being friendly myself. That's one thing I do. Okay. So I play with people a lot. I leave math, like I leave teaching and come to my student level and relate to them personally. Now, how I was able to do that, I know I said earlier on that there are 2 things. Number one, it wasn't the Samuel part of me that was in control then. It was the math part. That's number one. And number 2, again, it was the drive that these people I'm teaching,
they need to understand what I'm teaching.
Must know it. So, and if they must know it, I have to give in all my best to make them know it. Then that's why I have to like start coming up with
all kinds of inside jokes.
Yeah, and I can say I didn't play in Math-A-Thon. I didn't do jokes. No.
So you did jokes, but the jokes you did were not your
normal
jokes.
Normal kind of jokes that I do. Normally, if to say it was me normally, I remember sometime I taught some students integration, and instead for me to use parts and all, I was like I asked them, okay, how many of us here watch movies? Majority of them raised their hand. Okay, listen to music. Majority of them. I think at the end of the day, I found out that people that watched movies were more people that watched series. Then I tagged each subtopic. I tagged it as part 1. So was it? I used episode 1 then. So it looked. I made it look so much funny. There will be some time we can be teaching while they are writing. I can just start up a conversation. I remember one time like that, I said to some persons I was teaching that, okay, what will happen if you had about 10 billion Kuwait dollars, not ordinary dollars? What will you do with it? Yeah, Kuwait dollars. So what will you do with it? So they started giving their opinion. Some person
of course, everyone was in Nigeria first.
Understand? So I made that discussion like that, so that at least even if you were sleeping before, once you hear stuff like that, you are refreshed. And after I've talked about it for like about 2, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes max, and I'll be like, okay, fine. I just said, what if I didn't say you already had it already, make it funny again, and I start. But due to the fact that I was doing something globally and I could not really flew. I was playing. When I got to the stage, I could not really contain myself. I was like, see,
make some jokes.
Let's just do
this.
Let's just do this thing. It got to the stage. I think the first time I was more conscious of, when I started the first day, I wasn't doing me. I was just teaching math. Those times I started making jokes. I have left teaching math. I've started doing me.
The mathematics.
Like the mathematics, how I teach math normally. Because I remember the first time I did not make joke. Anyone that came to the first day all through, it wasn't really serious. I made it funny, what I said, or where I said some things. Yeah. But I didn't say any in-between jokes. Everything was just consistent teaching. I was like, towards the second, third day, I'm like, let's just have fun now. We have been too serious for long.
Just chill out.
Let's chill. So you can chill and at the same time learn.
So, real. All work cannot play make Jackson like the old boy. Obviously. Yeah, real. So from everything you've been saying, I've been able to highlight one particular thing, is that you really hope to change the perspective of people on the fact that mathematics is a serious subject, is a hard subject. So I just want to ask, if right now you had the opportunity to change the mathematics perspective because I'm not going to lie, generally in Nigeria, most youths don't like maths.
I think about 90% of them.
And it comes from various factors. Personally, don't want to learn it because of teachers in secondary school, university, and a lot of other things. I mean, I have French mathematics department, and I think only 3 of them picked maths by themselves. Mm-hmm. And I asked them one question: what are you finding? I'm not gonna lie. If FUTA gave me mathematics, I'm dropping out. My parents will not even argue with me. They know. They would not even try to argue or whatnot. I mean, funny enough was that I picked biomedical technology when I was coming to FUTA.
Oh, wow.
And then in FUTA supposed broken online, there was mathematics there. So imagine my joy when I wrote JAMB and system and I write mathematics. And then I got to school to come and hacks. And it told us, if you don't do maths, you cannot do BTM, BMT. Oh my gosh. See, maths is compulsory. Adios, people. I'm not doing it again. And I was really grateful that I did not go back and pick FST. Damn.
Wow. You would have dropped out. Literally, you would have coped.
See, it feels like a joke. But I would have changed department. I'm not joking. I would have. My parents said they will bear my back. In my family, I think only my younger brother one of the twins is good at math. The rest of us, to God be the glory. I'm the worst, by the way. My younger sister and John can still like, and me, I even dislike it again. So you said the dislike is making me understand my mathematics even worse. So back to my question again is that if you were given the opportunity on, you're going to just say on a national scale now, like you have to like change the perspective of mathematics, because I'm going to lie, mathematics has a very bad rep of every subject.
Yeah.
I mean, people that do maths, they accord them with the level of respect, like you did maths. I mean, like I do, I know a lot of other people do. So like if you had the opportunity to like change the perspective of mathematics on the global scale, like maths is not what people think it is, but I think it's what they think it is. If it was left to you to change that perspective, let's just say in summary, left to you, okay, tomorrow morning you are Minister of Education, hallelujah.
Yeah.
And you want to make a change when it comes to mathematics, what would you do?
Well. The first thing is that I'll start from the whole origin of mathematics, which is maths teachers. Yeah, that's where I'm starting from, obviously. I can say out of everybody that don't like math now, if you have a chat with them, I can say categorically about like 90% of them had or hated math because of their teacher. It was either they had a good teacher teaching them before, something happened for the teacher to leave, and they brought another person that was worse, or from the scratch they don't even have a good teacher at all.
Let me tell you guys a joke. When I was SS1, my first teacher, MTS teacher, was the HOD of mathematics department in my school.
Wow.
The HOD. Now imagine everybody thought that, oh, finally, we actually... The man teaches like he's teaching his wife. Bedroom voice. If you're at the back, you can hear what he's saying. If you now make the mistake, if he asks, by the way, do you understand? If you make the mistake of raising up your hand and saying no, you try to stand up. Pick it from your low cut or your all back and insult it to your container and your white sauce. After the insult, explain, Abby. You will sit down and it's going. SS2. Oh my gosh. This woman was even funnier. She would sit, there was a girl in my class, very smart. She even knew book generally. She would sit down, write the topic on the board, ask her to come and teach us in class. And then she's going again. SS3. Oh my god. You know when you know maths too much, but you can't teach it. That was our SS3 teacher. Come to the board, give us a question, solve it. Then two periods, write assignment on the board. He has a go-to word. Play with it. He has gone. You play with what, sir? What did you teach us? I think it was only once in my SS1. They bought a copper. Miss Shade. I'm ever going to forget that one in my life. For them to teach me maths that I understood. I mean, half of the class was doing math lesson with that. It got to that stage. Wow. That half of the class were doing math lesson with that. She was that good. And then they did not retain her. Then she left. And we went back to
the usual.
I'm not the name of my school because, well, if you know it,
you know it.
You know it because the popular school, but we move. Sorry for cutting you short.
So, as I said, you've just buttressed my point. So I would start from the origin, the maths teachers. And I would, first of all, it should be a conference I will be present. And I will have a heart-to-heart discussion with them. The thing is that most of the times you can't really blame the teachers.
They were also taught that way in a way.
Yeah, we can say that they were taught that way, number one. And number two is that most persons that are teaching math did not want to teach math.
They didn't have a choice.
So they had another option. They have searched for job, studied engineering. I know that if you're an engineer, whether you like it or not, you are good in math.
Yeah.
So, and you look for an engineering work for about like 2-3 years, and you ain't getting anything, and you're about like, and you're 25, 26, 27, and your mom was like, bring wife now. Your little brother too. We're like, brother, nothing now. Send money. You understand? So most of the time, I can say that people teach maths because some, not all, some persons are like, they have no other options to do. And being the fact that math was not their choice, they just have to go and teach it. So that aggression
It's put on the student.
is put on the student. That's another thing. So the first thing I would say is this. If I were to be, I'll call off them and I'll be like, how many of you, first from the question, how many of you have passion for math? Because mathematics is more than the subject itself. Mathematics is, to me, I can say mathematics is life. The whole being of existence is math. Argue whatever you want to argue. I'm open to argument. I'm open to.
Nobody's going to argue with you.
So, I think categorically that
nobody's going to argue with
the
you.
whole essence of living is based on mathematics. First of all, you don't want to teach math. Don't lie. Be sincere. Math, you hate it. There are some people that are teaching math because they hate math themselves. Imagine you teaching something you hate because you have no other option than to teach it. So if you hate math, raise up your hand and we'll select those persons and I'll be like, okay, thank you very much. We love you. But
you have to go.
to be sincere, it might look as if we are going to cut a lot of people short from their daily out of jobs. But I can say categorically that it's better. It's a sacrifice worth paying. Why can't they be exposed to the kind of dream they want rather than having something they don't want and passing that aggression on innocent lives? So that would be my first thing. Okay, fine. You don't like maths. What do you like? And I might even have it that way. Okay, what do you like? Give your opinions. You want this, you want that. Okay, fine. I might not be able to give you whole, but okay. Probably take some amount of money. Go and start up what you like. Go. Then the remaining persons that now, because there are some persons that, for example, there are some people that know math, but they don't know how to teach math.
Yes.
So let's now say we are left with those category of persons. Then that is when we can now start the real teaching training. Because the way you teach math is not the same way you can teach English or any other course.
Yes.
You can frown your face and teach English and you still understand, whether you like it or not.
I agree.
You can frown your face and teach physics.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. If the physics department don't mind them, that's why it's fine.
Let me know. But I'll just say categorically that the way, like the technical know on teaching math is different from any other kind of course.
I agree with you on that.
So we can now start probably a 2-month reteaching and relearning.
Reorientation
basically on how mathematics should be taught. I have attended the tutorial before. I think a person taught me, and the person was fast, very fast. When I mean fast, I mean very fast. It was just like, because I was, I said I grabbed fast, so I could flow
with him
at the space. But I was looking at every other person, they were like lost. And the most painful thing about students, especially when it comes to exams, is that they don't talk. Do you understand? Yes. At the end of the day, you ask anyone, you'll be like, even after the class, leave it your bar. You understand what I'm trying to say like that? I'm telling you, if most math teachers hear
the background,
what they say behind them, oh my God, there will be problem. So we'll have that reorientation, telling them about maths. Because I've seen Americans teach math. You can't go to YouTube, watch an American teach math and you won't like it.
Basically anyone I'm Nigerian.
Probably, yeah, you can't. There was one time I was learning a topic. I was annoyed. Let me use that word. I was annoyed because the way, let me talk about that part. I was learning a topic online and the way the man taught the topic in class was way simpler than the way it was taught physically. It was a course I did recently and I was like, see now, should not be person teach this the way I understand like this. So there are some ways, so we'll work with that. after we have oriented them, because I can't have that dream personally alone and I say I want to do it alone. I can't.
Yes.
Do I want to go? Do I want to? I don't have superhuman abilities. I can split myself into many parts. The first thing I have to do is like I'll make sure that it's not going to be what is it? It's not going to be a section stuff. It should be a national place where every mathematics teachers will come. It's not going to be like a place where that if we make it regional, some people might I'm not going. I'm telling you, we Nigerians, we have that touch of stubbornness in our heart when it comes to mathematics. Understand? But that's not the point. The point is, why are you teaching the math? That's the main thing. An elder to me told me that before he won't force you. The person will tell me that I won't force you to do anything. I'll just show you the reasons why you have to do it. So that means when anything that will happen, there will be a reason. So the reason is, why are you teaching math? I can tell you, most of these men that teach math, these daddies that teach math, I'm not being, how would I say it? I'm not being like painful. I mean, I don't know how I want to express myself. But I'm not saying from the point of view that most of them, I'm saying their pain. Most of them don't want to teach math.
There's not that choice.
But it's the fact that the country does not present them any other situation. I believe it. Math is another thing about math that makes math accommodate a lot of persons is that math is not that really obvious that you don't know it. Because you have masters, we can literally write the master's book on the board, and whether you understand or you don't understand, you have written it. I remember a teacher taught me one time like that. She did one example, examples, wrote the examples from the textbook on the board. Then the next thing she did, gave us 60 assignments plus to go and submit, I think 2 days after. No explanation, direct copy and paste, writing on the board, then go and submit. She's a math teacher. So, unlike English, you know that even if...
See, as I hate maths, I like English.
Okay,
so yes, we will not accept any English slander in this place.
No, I'm not slandering English.
I'm not be slandering maths as money. But
no, I'm not slandering English.
But you are trying to downplay English. That's what you are doing.
What I'm trying to say is that before you can teach English, you have to be certified. You have to know what you are doing in English.
Real, yeah.
Because you can't, for example, you can't teach. You can't teach part of speech now and it doesn't reflect in the way you talk. But maths, how does simultaneous equation? It's not in real life now. Give me this. Let's combine everything together. I've got him on. Are you getting my point of view? So that's another thing. That's why we have a lot of accommodation. My mom called it asawo. That's why we have a lot of asawos in. Sorry. But a lot of asawos like that. A lot of asawos. But that's the real thing. To change anything, we have to go back to the reason why the thing is being done now, or why the thing is there. I'm telling you, that's why China, I don't know, that's why China will always be going forward. China has the most complicated, probably not the most complicated now, one of the most complicated math syllabus in the world. After China, you can pick Singapore. Before USA itself. USA is plain.
What are you doing with all these?
I'm not like from the point of view. That's why that, for example, now if a country is strong in mathematics, it will affect their economy no matter how. That's why China can never run out of innovations. The phones we are using, majority of them, China.
Ordinary small time like this, you don't remind with information.
So there are a lot of things. But what I would also say is that if I were to change it globally, I'm not talking about it nationally now. Again. Globally, I need the help of every mathematics teacher around. And not only do I need their help, I need to inspire them that maths is not done the way
it has been done.
It has been done before. Yes. You can do better. Lives are perishing. Lives. Imagine. Don't let me talk about it. Let me just cover it. What I want to say. Let me just cover it there. So that's what I would do, literally. Wow. Just gather math teachers. Separate the wheat from the tares. Then the wheat that are defected, work on them, then make them better. then before you know it,
Everyone get better.
everyone get better.
I'm not going to lie, this interview has been very, I don't use the word impactful, eye-opening. Because all this, maybe because mathematics is not my business, obviously. I never knew that, there were different mathematics syllabuses in the world.
They were different.
I did not know that. Like different, now I do. And I don't want to know Nigeria is on that list. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. But like it's amazing. I'm serious. It's amazing to see someone so invested in mathematics. Now it's nice that like I'm not even an old person. A young person like me, like young people have like varying interests, funny, crazy, interesting interest. But this is the first time I'm seeing someone so invested in it's an obsession, like you said, mathematics. And it's so nice to see. I'm not going to lie that in your 84-day marathon, it's 4 hours. Before I can say it, I inspire you. I know 84 hours. Like I've had people talk about like how they actually understood what you taught. My roommates, the two of them, they were both not doing maths. Me, I'm not. Glory be to God. And they did mention how explanatory, how you brought it down to like the basic. A friend of mine that came to attend it actually. He came from, we live in Akure together. He came to attend it. And he told my friend that he was so surprised that it's been long he did maths. But when he entered that hall, what you were teaching, he understood it.
Wow.
Actually, yes. That's what he said. He was like, I think, even if he really wrote some things down, it was like he understood it. And he could not believe that a youngster like us was doing that. Like that was, I don't know his word exactly, like he could not believe that he actually understood. He's over 50 already.
Wow.
Yes. So it was like, he said he was telling his wife that, how did I understand that? No, you don't say all people do that, but like he understood it, and he could like somebody he wrote it and it still stayed in his head. And I was like, that boy is doing amazing things, and of course we all agree that what he did was nothing short of amazing. It was audacious, but it was basically amazing. Even if I don't like maths, I don't know maths and everything, but I admit that yes, what he did was basically like, and of course it's an inspiration to like every other person that does not like maths. Don't be like me. Fall in love with maths. Maths is friendly, like you said. I can't speak for that. Maths is friendly. So, like, you mentioned that you like sci-fi movies, right?
Yeah.
Just give us like 5. I watch sci-fi too.
Really?
But not much.
Are we going into that?
No, we're not going into that.
Tempting me.
No, we're not going into that.
All right.
We're not going into that. What I wanted to say was that you should give us recommendations.
Well,
to review the unserious part of it, because it's more like this.
Okay, first movie I can recommend that will get you thinking is The Gifted. Yeah, there are 2 versions of that movie, The Gifted. There's a version that Chris Evans did with a little girl, where the little girl had to prove Navier-Stokes equation.
I watched that.
You've seen that? Yeah, that movie is inspiring. I can't.
Yeah.
Anytime I watch that movie, I get goosebumps. Can this be real?
Yeah.
So there's The Gifted that Chris Evans did. There's another movie again titled The Gifted, but this one is Asian.
I think I've seen that.
It's Asian. There are 2 girls like that. One girl is good in science, like everything that's to do with science. Name it, physics, chemistry, biology. Name anything science, but she's not good in math. And there's another person that is Ahun. It's just math.
And then every other thing
she sucks at every other thing. Those movies like The Gifted, I can recommend The Gifted. Okay. Another one I can recommend that it's inspiring. They might look a little bit unserious. Most of the times, we watch them as those thrilling movies. For example, Akila and the Bee 2. When I saw the Akila, although that one is...
I don't think anybody ever saw Akila and the Bee as a thrilling movie. Well, no. Akila and the Bee was inspiring. Everybody wanted to start learning spelling bee. Every single person.
So Akila and the Bee. Now I'm looking at. I've seen a lot of sci-fi movies. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of sci-fi.
Have you seen Halo?
I've seen Halo.
Have you seen Foundation?
I've seen Foundation. Foundation is another movie.
Now we're talking. Now
I've seen Foundation.
That's nice.
I've seen Foundation.
That's nice.
Yeah, I've seen Foundation.
You have like 1 minute, 15 seconds to say whatever you want to say to everyone that's watching you, everyone that's going to see this video. Yep.
Now, first things first is that I would say, as you have said already, we've established the fact that math is the simplest subject you ever on planet Earth, even if my interviewer will not agree with it. And I've got that thinking. Math is very simple. That's number one. Another thing is, I want to tell people about the drive. Personally, the whole motive behind Math-A-Thon was because of the fact that I don't want people to give up. I don't like it when people give up. So I would say that no matter how many times you've tried something, or even if it's your passion, you've tried it a lot of times and somehow, somewhere, it's not working, I would just say that hang on there, continue doing it, and somehow, someday, somewhere, luck will shine on you, as it did on me with Math-A-Thon.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be all for now.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I mean, hi guys. Of course, it's me again. No, I don't still like maths.
and I will say I've not taught you, so why?
And by the grace of God, I and mathematics we never, ever meet again. We ended at MTS 102. But there was one course that we did in BTH that almost took my life. Oh, thank God. Thank God. So I mean, guys, if you stayed to this part of the interview, I mean, it's 1 hour. Amazing, like really amazing. And I want to believe that you've been inspired in one way or the other, because I have been, but not towards mathematics, towards other places. So like, I mean, if there's one thing I've learned from this thing, is that be ridiculously audacious. I am already, by the way, so like, I hope that if you don't like maths, and if you don't like maths, please go and look for Bunday. He has already said that if you choose maths, you fall in love with maths. Me, I will not look for him, but you can look for him. In fact, you should look for him. So you guys get it. So I mean, thank you very much for watching the video. Don't forget to tap on this button and the subscribe button and the bell button. And yes, adios, senora. It's free to do. Au revoir. Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.